Hi, as requested, I'm gonna be reviewing a video called Everything I Ate Today to Run 20 Miles by Nico Felich. Wakes up at 5:30 or what? It's funny because the whole word marathon comes from this guy who ran and ended up having a heart attack. He collapsed, he died from running. Whatever the exact reason was, it doesn't matter. It's because of how stressful and exhausting the experience was. And now people today actually go and run marathons, competing against each other who a bigger slave is. That's really funny when you realize where the word even comes from. It just says everything about our society. Nice, some grain sludge. That's it.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the video. Today it is 5:30 in the morning and I have a 20-mile long run, 20-ish miles.
Welcome to a slave's life. He's gonna go and run now 20 miles for no reason at all, just to destroy his joints and to age his body, to create more wrinkles on his face, to make his dark eye circles darker, and to create eye bags. Awesome. Great body destruction. And then he also eats grains. Yeah, just this square of grain sludge, which is the biggest slave food on earth. Wow. Wow.
To get done today for kind of like my peak run going into Chicago. But it's like one of those mornings where nothing inside me wants to go run right now.
Yeah, it's one of those mornings, as in literally every morning of every human's life, because we are not runners, we are not designed to do it, we hate doing it. It's horrible for our health, for everything. It's just the worst thing that we could do, basically. It's not one of your mornings, it's just naturally the way it is for a human being. Oh my god.
Literally nothing. I want to sleep so bad, but
Of course, because you need rest. If you run so much, then you need to sleep like 14 hours a day. You probably nap all day long because it's insanely stressful. What's wrong with you?
Eating a Pop-Tart, getting kind of mentally ready for this. There's like a heat wave going on in Phoenix. Like, it's always hot here, but it started to get cool last week. But then this week, it's like back to blazing hot. So today it's going to be like 113 degrees out. So it's already 80 degrees at 5:30 a.m. So I have no choice but to run super early. My plan is to run from my apartment to Sophie's place, which is 7 miles, meet up with Sophie at mile 7. She's going to join me at that point and help film and everything. So I'll run 7 miles by myself and 13 miles with Sophie. And it'll be fun. We'll make it fun. It's always waking up early that's brutal and starting the run. But then once you're like 5 miles in, it ends up being okay. So I just got to get through this mental, like, waking up and getting out the door.
Yes, you need to talk yourself into doing something that you hate doing, which is called being disciplined. Disciplined is another word for being a slave. It's when you go against your own senses, your own needs and feelings, just completely against yourself, and do what the government brainwashed you to do, which is exactly what's going on here. You just don't realize it.
And it'll be good. So I want to finish up this Pop-Tart, which, by the way, banana bread Pop-Tarts, healthy in any way, but they're so good, and there's so much like carbs and sugar in this thing. Yeah, that's about it for this morning. Gonna get going here in about 20 minutes or so. So let's do it.
Why this music, if you can even call it that?
Alright, so I'm going to carry 4 Go Gels on this run. 2 of them are the new caffeinated Go Gels.
Of course, even better, some caffeine, a toxin to adrenalize your body, and then it's probably full of sugar. I don't know what that is. It's very likely the case.
So last year during my marathon prep, I used caffeinated gels a lot, and I felt like they really worked well for me. So I'm super pumped that BPN now has caffeinated gels. I'm going to stuff those in my race tights. All right, time for a pre-run fit check on feet. I got the New Balance SC Trainer version 3s. Walico half tights. I'm planning on racing Chicago in these, hopefully. And then no shirt, it's so hot. And then an Aloe hat, Coral Space 3 for my watch. So that is pre-run fit check. 20 miles. Let's do it. Oh boy. So like I said, I'm running 7 miles to Sophie's place right now. And then we're going to meet up with her.
You can just tell how he hates it, how he doesn't want to do it. Yet he's still gonna do it. That's just the very definition of a slave.
Once I get there, and then she's gonna help film and also bring water.
It's worse, really, because there's nobody there even forcing him to do it. He was simply brainwashed to do it.
So, that's my plan. Let's do it. While getting up early does suck, running early is like the best. It's so peaceful right now. There's no cars. It's quiet. The hardest part is just waking up and knowing that you're gonna have to be running for 3 hours or so. So for me,
And he just keeps talking about how much he hates it.
try not to think about it. Just wake up.
Try not to think about it. Oh my god, it's just as anti-natural as you can live, because when you want to do something, when you enjoy it, when it's good for you, healthy, makes you happy, then you think about it in the sense that you're in the moment, you're enjoying it, you're loving it. And he just really tries to push it away and ignore it, if that was even possible, just not think about it at all, because he hates it so much. It's just exactly the way you should not live. It's just a perfect example of it.
And get running as soon as I can. Because once I'm in it, I'm in it.
In it.
So the way I get through these long runs is like looking at it as just a journey. And I gotta get to certain checkpoints. So right now, I'm not thinking about running 20 miles. I'm just thinking about getting to my first checkpoint.
It looks really weird how the camera is going back and forth.
Which is Sophie's place. And that way it helps you split up your run and it makes it...
Yeah, he has to develop all of these coping mechanisms, split it into parts, think about this. How can you do that if... Oh my god, man. People are so lost.
That is daunting to think about. So, only think of your long runs in sections. Like, I have 7...
Yeah, or you don't run at all. That's also an option. You don't destroy your health, your life.
This is one of my favorite parts of the run. Is to run next to this cornfield for like a mile on this like dirt path. Got the mountain out in the distance. This is what it's all about, baby. Peaceful, 20-mile Arizona morning.
Peaceful while having hardly any breath left. Peaceful. This guy is just... I don't know what's wrong with him. Is he delusional?
Long run. In preparation for Chicago, baby. I'm so pumped for Chicago. I can't even explain. 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is coming up quick. All right, 3.5 miles in. Quite a few left to go. All right, we got our first caffeinated Go Gel going down. Almost 4 miles in.
It's probably just sugar and caffeine. Crazy. The deterioration on this guy is gonna be insane. At least he's getting some sun. That's the only good thing here.
The heat just destroyed me. It's just brutal. It's like 95 degrees. Trying to hit a 20 miler hurts so bad. 20 miles at an 8:22 pace. Not great. I mean, I did the miles, so I'm proud of that, but it just didn't feel good at all. But like I said, sometimes you just have to have a short memory and not let any specific run become too like traumatic in your mind. Because that's happened to me before when I have a really bad run. It like almost traumatizes me and it makes me like not want to run again. But you have to just forget it and move on, because you could have a bad run one day and then the next day the best run you've ever had. So.
But all of the runs are traumatizing by definition. It's trauma what you're experiencing when you're running, especially 20 miles. He just doesn't get anything, it seems.
That's what today's about, just moving on from this, being proud of at least getting 20 miles in. That hurts so bad though. I just felt like I was being drained, and I only took 2 gels on that run. My stomach was just not able to handle more. It is what it is. That's sometimes what running is. It's not.
I don't know what happened. He couldn't properly digest the gels, something with his stomach. Then you should be drinking blood for sure, and eating some liver on the way, a lot of fat, maybe some fruits. Even fruit juices would be better than the garbage with caffeine. It's probably synthetic anyway.
Always easy. It's mostly not easy. Okay, so just to put in perspective how far I just ran, this video shows my whole route. Boom, 20 miles.
He even went around.
Post long run, you know the drill. Iced caramel latte from Scooters. Scooters is criminally underrated.
He doesn't look that bad yet. He has some dark eye circles. You have to have if you run so much, but it's not that significant yet. But if he continues, which I guess that he will, after a few years, they're going to be insane. Look at any runner. The dark eye circles are almost black on these guys.
It really is. I got a pumpkin spice latte, and I fear that it's better than the Starbucks one.
All right, this is like my picture perfect Saturday. We got Sophie, we got new girl on the TV.
Yeah, and again, always the same with anybody who does any kind of sports. They sit on the couch and watch TV or play video games the rest of the day. And that's because they are exhausted, and it's what they really want to be doing. Sitting on the couch watching TV or playing video games all day long would be a million times healthier. You completely destroy your body and traumatize it by running 20 miles. And then, of course, all that you want to do is just chill the rest of the day. You should be doing that pretty much the whole day. When you want to do something, it's all good, but nobody wants to run for so long, as you proved it yourself.
Just took a shower, and now I'm going to have these Light and Fit, 2 of them, these Light and Fit smoothie things.
What is this garbage? That's also pasteurized 100%. It's all synthetic, pasteurized sugar. What's wrong with you? You can't survive on that. It's impossible. The only reason this is in any way working for him, and it's not really, is only because he's young. That's it. It's just completely gonna destroy him.
They're like 80 calories, 10 grams of protein. But like, I don't know why.
Yeah, with 0 micronutrients though. But that's what he doesn't get. It's malnutrition, drinking stuff like this all day. It's still morning. Hopefully he will show what else he eats.
After these long runs, I'm just never hungry. I always feel nauseous. So just drinking like a smoothie or something like this goes down easy and gives me some calories for the day. So
yeah, it gives you some macronutrients, but no micronutrients.
it's lunchtime. That doesn't look very good, but it is good. I just gotta heat it up. One of my favorite things in the world are these like ready-made pasta things. They like take 60 seconds to heat up. These things are so good. So.
Oh my god, he's gonna put ready-made grain sludge noodles into a microwave. Oh my god, why do runners eat just the worst diets imaginable?
Steak heated up, pasta in the microwave.
What are you doing to yourself? This is insane.
It definitely looks foul, but it is good. Okay.
It doesn't matter where it comes from. It's seed sludge made into forms for the slaves to eat. It doesn't matter if it's ready already, if you cook it yourself. Think about what it is. It's ultra-processed garbage slave food. how do you not understand what you're doing to yourself, man? You're destroying your gut. This garbage is full of glyphosate. You're making yourself infertile. Your girlfriend probably also, assuming that she also eats it, very likely. You're not gonna have any children, no family if you continue, because of the running also. That also destroys your endocrine system. Absolute disaster.
Also, this is, call me crazy for this, but I like cold, like, pasta sauce on, like, the hot noodles. That sounds funny.
Well, actually what you want is blood and raw meat. That's why you're adding a red sauce to grain sludge. You're trying to imitate what you naturally want.
Lunch is served, baby.
He has some steak there also. Of course, over 50% of the nutrients are gone because it's overcooked. It's a pretty garbage meal.
Right, I just took the most life-altering, amazing nap of all time.
I told you, of course, because you have to. Because it's way too stressful. These guys sleep once, twice, sometimes 3 times a day, and then they sleep super long at night.
It was like one of those naps where you wake up and you're straight up like confused as to like what year it is. It was
Dude. That's not normal.
that good. It's probably my favorite thing to do after.
How is that good? Yeah, it's good that he sleeps, obviously, but that he has to sleep during the day, we can assume for like 2-3 hours, seeing as the meal was at around 12. Oh my god.
A long run is just knockout. Side note, this blanket I'm using is the most amazing, warm, comfortable, soft blanket I've ever swaddled myself in. This company on Instagram called Lola Blankets sent it to me. They just like DM'd me and they're like, hey, do you want a blanket? And I was like, yeah. So they sent it to me. It's like $300, so definitely expensive, but worth it. All right, the next thing I'm going to eat are these 2 Light and Fit Greek yogurts.
Pasteurized dairy. When you pasteurize milk, you destroy almost everything. And pasteurized dairy products, the milk, and you obviously make the products from the milk, have added synthetic vitamins, which are toxins actually. It's pretty bad for you.
Strawberry cheesecake flavor. I love Greek yogurt. It's got a lot of protein.
And then of course also a lot of additives anyway, nowadays, if you have such flavors.
In there. It's not like super filling and it just tastes good. So that's what I'm going to eat next. This should hold me over till dinner time.
Man, here's the problem. People who make videos about healthy eating would sometimes say it's not good to consume this because it has some additives. They usually won't talk about pasteurized dairy. I will now. But even if they would say it's not good to eat pasteurized dairy. At the very most, they would say you won't get as many nutrients as you would from raw dairy. That's it. If somebody listens to their diet being reviewed and they hear that the food has artificial flavoring, some kind of additives, then they won't actually understand what's going on. They will listen to it and think, okay, that's not so good that it's artificial, but whatever, because they don't even understand what the consequences are, which is why I'm here to tell you that you're gonna become infertile if you continue, and you're going to have problems with your heart. Because of the running, obviously, you're gonna have heart failure eventually, like most of the people who run do. That's a given. It just has to happen naturally. It's just a punishment from nature because you're going against your senses. But as far as the food goes, you can also easily develop atherosclerosis from pasteurized dairy because the calcium cannot be assimilated in the body. This stuff ends up in the arteries. It just has to. And when you have especially added calcium to a lot of the food which you consume, I'm gonna bet you that the stuff that he drank before had added calcium. It just almost always does nowadays. This stuff is also gonna end up in your arteries. Of course, because it's artificial. You have the artificial calcium, which your body cannot assimilate. And then you have the calcium from the pasteurized dairy. And if you don't have the enzymes intact, if it's not in its natural form, then your body can't assimilate it.
Still deciding on like what I want for dinner. Part of me really wants like good wood-fired pizza. So we'll see.
He just doesn't eat any real food at all. It's completely gonna go wrong. It's just absolutely a disaster waiting to happen. It's already a disaster anyway, but the worst is yet to come, man. Wow, how can you do everything wrong?
What's gonna happen with that? But after I'm done eating this, I want to show you my new Chicago race day shoes. I just bought the new colorway of the Alpha Flies. So we're gonna sit down and unbox those together. They're beautiful.
That's what girls do in their videos, show off their clothes and shoes. I've never seen a guy do that in any video, not that I can remember. And I'm for sure skipping this. I don't care about it whatsoever.
All right, I'm back with Soph. We're gonna go to In-N-Out because that's what we're feeling. It's just been one of those evenings.
Wow, he already has insanely deep wrinkles. I don't know how old this guy is. Actually, it would be interesting to look it up. Okay, online it said that he's 23. Yeah, he's already deteriorating. Give it 3 years and he's gonna look like he's 35 or 40, depending on how much he destroys himself.
Where I have no clue what I want to eat. But In-N-Out just sounds amazing right now. So we're gonna go get some In-N-Out, get a burger, and it's gonna be delicious. Can I get the number 2 meal with, yes. Awesome, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. All right, for dinner.
Huge grain sludge buns with some pesticide-ridden salad leaves from the bushes picked outside. And then some meat, hopefully not cooked in seed oils. Let's just assume that it's not. Maybe somebody can tell me how they do it at In-N-Out. And some plastic-ridden cheese, probably. Yeah, usually that's the case. It's just the meat, which is okay. And that's overcooked to the point where probably like 80% of the nutrients are gone. Oh my god, man. This guy is just done.
Got an In-N-Out double animal style burger. This thing
Animal style burger, even though it's plant-based.
is dense. And then I also got a Neapolitan shake to wash it down. All right, it is about 11 o'clock, and the last thing I am consuming is a BPN pumpkin spice protein shake. This is one of their seasonal flavors. So
More microplastics.
but with that being said, it was a pretty solid day today.
Man, that's funny that he says that it was a solid day. That was one of the worst days of eating, and in general, one of the worst slave lives I've ever seen.
I'm at like 52-ish miles for the week, so another big 50-plus mile week. Tomorrow, Sunday, will officially be 2 weeks out from Chicago.
What he was talking about when he said Chicago was a marathon in Chicago, which he did go to. Here's the end of the video. Wow, he ran for 3 hours.
3:02. I will take that any day. What a race. I'm so proud of that. I mean,
He's so proud of running together with the other slaves for no reason, just to destroy his health.
that was epic. So happy with that. Such a great effort today in Chicago.
I wonder if it will be epic when your girlfriend is holding you in her arms when you have a heart failure because of a too enlarged heart, seeing as the cardiac output is insane when you run a marathon. You keep stretching out your heart. How is that going to be? Is that going to be nice for her, for your family, for the people who love you? Yeah.
Woo, that was tough. Straight up tough. The marathon is so tough. No matter what goal you're chasing, 26.2 miles
Yeah, and tough is bad. Tough is something you avoid naturally.
is brutal. So shout out to anyone
Brutal? Yeah, it's also something you avoid.
that ran or is going to run a marathon. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for a man-made medal, which shows me that I succeeded.
Everything I could have imagined. It was amazing.
Running for
Everything I could imagine, it was amazing. He's holding up a man-made medal, literally meaningless, useless, garbage. Oh my god. Oh, slavery is so bad. They're so brainwashed, they're so deep in their delusion.
versus the cycle of improvement, which is being afraid to start, but doing it anyways, regardless of being scared, finding success in it through consistency.
What is your success exactly? You're probably going to be infertile, childless, except if you do it now. If you don't stop, you're going to look horrible. You already look way older. You have very deep wrinkles for 23. At 30, you're going to look like you're 60 probably if you continue. I don't get it. How is it an achievement and success to destroy your whole life?
But also discovering failure and our own weaknesses. Failure is what drives us to push harder the next time and continue showing up and failing again and again. We're never going to stop failing. But each time we choose to come back from a failure, we apply the lessons we've learned, which builds us into stronger and more resilient people.
That's true what he said at the end. It does make you more resilient. Your body adapts to the stress, which means that next time you will be able to run for even longer, or if you do sprinting, then you can learn how to run even faster. If you go to the gym, you can learn how to lift man-made metal for no reason, up and down, push it, pull it, whatever. Yeah, but what's the point of it, to get a man-made metal from other slaves who then tell you that you now got this place to put some symbols on it, and then you look at these symbols, wow, I got 224. Maybe next time I can get 223. Oh, that would be so amazing. I would be better than the other slave who got 224. Oh, how I dream of being in the top 10 or even number 1. Because as a child, I learned that 1 is good. 1 means good slave, number 1 slave. And what if the medal would be made out of gold? Oh my god. A shiny, meaningless metal with literally zero natural value. Yes. Ooh. That's what I need to focus on my whole life. Getting man-made, meaningless objects from slaves who also believe in it, and then we, as a collective, can train together to achieve this. Unbelievable that this is the state that we are in today. It's just laughable. It would be funny if it wasn't so incredibly messed up and pathetic. Oh my god. Thanks for watching.